this hero row, someone said, "How do you rebuild this?" And I'm like, "Oh, okay. Should be simple. It's probably like a bunch of gradients and then like you're I've done it before where you have a bunch of gradients and then you're just rotating the background like in 360 really slow and subtle. And then as I right clicked and inspect, which you can do with any website in the world, right click inspect, I noticed that no, they're not doing what I thought. So I had to go here. Hold on, let me dock this. There you go. Okay. So where can I find it? Let me keep highlighting until I find. Okay, so it's in main. And I looked and I was like, okay, maybe it's like an SVG image, right? With all these gradients, it's SVG, right? Or some sort of JPEG and you're just rotating it in some way? No, it's not. Because I went to main and I'm looking for a CSS code of background. Nope, not there. So the hunt continues. And so I open up this and I'm like, okay, we have BG blur. All right, BG blur. There should be some background image here. No, there's none. What are you doing? And I think I might be wrong on this, but the designer of this is Sara in the community team. And you may have seen her in some of the Webflow University videos. Her and Grimmer like banter back and forth in some of the videos, so it's pretty funny. So I think she did this, but look at this. Look at this. What is going on? So when I saw this, it blew my mind. I was like, oh my God, that is so simple yet unique. And it tripped me out because I was like, what? So, oh, Jose, thank you for the coffee. You rock. And welcome to the stream. I appreciate that. Cheers. Okay. So, what I'm seeing here is a div that has a gradient, so you can tell this is a background color. Wait, it doesn't have a gradient? Come on. What? Border radius 100. Background color. Oh my God. I thought it was a great. It's not. There's no filter on it. Is there a filter? Like a blur? No. Okay, well, let's just keep going. So right here, we have BG circle 2. So they're all just circles on top of each other with the position absolute. So, what? How did you make it feather like that? So we're going to go through this and figure this out. I'm going to try to recreate this. I'm going to say try. Because, like, as with everything that I do on these streams, I just jump in and I'm like, I think I know how to do it, but we'll figure it out together. And if you're the type that likes to see the answer really quick, then this is why we create stream clips. And we post, Jake edits the streams and posts the stream clip later in the week. So, yeah, you can see the full work through, or you can just see the answer towards the next week. But yeah, so there's circles. I don't see any filter. So the only thing I'm like, how is there is no filter. Wait, unless it's on the, there it is. Oh my God. Wait, where's my magnifier? It's not on. Mag. There we go. So the overall section, the overall div has the blur and everything else is just a basic circle. So watch this. If I turn this off, Okay, let me set this to 0 then. That's what's really happening. That's what's really happening. And then Sara, or whoever built this in Webflow, just added a blur to the actual div of 200 pixels to have the go. When a design or a function is so simple, it just it's just so good. It's like a chef. You know, you've seen, I don't know, like if you YouTube like Michelin star restaurants, and then the portions are so small. You kind of laugh because you're not there to taste it. You kind of laugh and you're like, oh my god, like who would pay hundreds of dollars for this 7-course meal, and each plate is like super small. But the taste is blah, right? That's how I'm feeling about just realizing what just happened right now. It's so simple, yet unique at the same time. It makes me kind of angry because I'm like, oh my god. All right, let's do this. If you are already familiar with Webflow interactions, you already know how to do this. You just have a bunch of circles moving in different directions, growing and shrinking using scale. And they're all just solid colors. Again, I'm kind of angry that it's so good. Okay. And then adding this. Okay. I'll stop freaking out. Let's build it. All right. And I'm gonna Tuesday, I'm gonna ask the Webflow team who built this. I'm mad at you. In a good way. All right, let's go. Enough fanboying. Enough. Okay, enough of that. Let's go. Let's just use a layout. Let's just use a pre-built layout. We're gonna use let's use hero. I'm gonna drag in hero. Cool. All right, because we're gonna have things position absolute. Let's set this first hero element, and just to show you what hero has. Hero is a pre-built layout that has a section and then a container that's using flex, and then 2 div blocks side by side. And then the first div block holds all the content, where the second div block holds the hero image. All right. So for this hero, let's go ahead and set this position to relative. All right. The reason why is because I'm going to say, hey, we're going to put a element that's position absolute inside. So absolute is looking for its nearest relative, which is hero. All right. Also, I want to, well, okay, yeah, we'll just leave it like that. So hero has position relative. Let's go ahead and put in that extra div. So I did Control or Command E, and then I typed in div and press return. And we'll call this the BG blur. Okay, so I just named it BG blur. You can call it whatever you want. BG for background. And for position, I'm going to set it to absolute and full. All right. And for this flex container, I want to make sure that it's on top of the background. So I'm going to set this to position relative and set the, come on, there we go, and set the Z index to, we'll say 2. Okay. All right, background blur. Let's go ahead and add our first, wait, for the background blur, I want to make sure that when I have circles and they're moving outside of the bounds of BG blur, I don't want them to show up. I don't want them to add a horizontal or a vertical scroll to my browser window. I want to make sure that they're masked out if they go beyond the bounds of BG blur. So that's when I use overflow hidden. Okay. Let's go ahead. I say control and command at the same time. Control or command E pulls up quick find and type in div. All right, for the first div block, let's call it BG circle. All right, BG circle. Let's give it a width of 40 VW and 40 VW. All right, both of them are using viewport widths, even the height. All right, wait, hold on. Do you hear background noise? All right, sorry. I have to close my window and turn on the fan. All right, so doing this will create an equal sized square, right? So now if I scroll down, I want to set the position to absolute because I want it to stick to the top left. Okay, so as you can see, it's right here now. And lastly, to make it a perfect circle, we go to border radius and set this to 50%. And now it's a circle. It still looks like a square, yeah, because we didn't add a background color. So we'll just choose any random background color. They're using very pastel-y type of stuff, so I'll use this. And there we go. Circle. Huzzah! All right. And because we have a width and height that are both using the same unit, which is viewport width, if I squeeze it, it shrinks. It enlarges and shrinks, and it's a perfect ratio. One day, we'll have aspect ratio in CSS, but we're waiting for all the browsers to enable that. But for now, we have to do it manually using the same units. Anyways, after that, we just make another circle. So let's go ahead and I'm going to copy this BG circle and paste it. Now we have two, so they're laying on top of each other. But let's go ahead and duplicate the class for the second one and call it BG Circle 2. And let's go ahead and just mess around. Let's change the color, something pastel-y, like that. We'll change the width and height. We'll say let's go 60-60. And see how the bottom of the circle is getting cut off? That is because it's going beyond the bounds of BG blur, its parent div. And how we do that masking effect, again, is overflow. Overflow hidden. So back on BG circle 2, let's push it to the right. And let's take it outside even more. Go up here. Cool. We can do something like that. Nice. Ahmad, yeah, if you want to see me try and maybe fail at that, at that suggestion, but we can learn together, go ahead and submit it at pxlgk.com/ideas. And then we'll have the community vote on it. All right, so we have that circle. Let's do a third circle. So BG circle, copy paste, duplicate class. We'll call it BG circle 3. Let's give it, I don't know, 30-30. Background color, let's change it up. There you go, something like that. And move it to a random spot. So we'll just do 3 of them for now. Okay? So now that we have that set up, do the magical thing that Sada or whoever built the community page did. Go to BG Blur, the overall wrapper. Go to filters down here in the bottom right. Add, and we're going to do a blur of 200. It looks so good. Oh, who'd have thought? Who'd have thought? Oh man, that easy. Okay, now I'm gonna go here to the interactions, and we're gonna make them move. So for this, I'm gonna do page trigger, page load, start animation, plus I'm gonna name this moving circles. I don't know, name it whatever you want. Cool. So we're going to get the first circle. Press plus, and we're going to move it. And let's see here. Let's move it. Let's move it like negative 10% on the X. So we're moving it horizontally to the left, and let's move it up negative 5%, and that's going up. So it's left and up. It's going diagonal a bit. Okay, and let's set the duration to happen. Make it subtle. We're making it, it'll take 10 seconds to get to from where it is now to that new corner spot. It'll take 10 seconds. And we want to set this on a basic ease. Okay. So now that's happening. If I press play, it's very subtle, but it is moving. Actually, let's take off the blur so you can actually see it move. I'm going to go to BG Blur, and we're going to just hide the blur for now. So we're back on circles. I'm going to go back to my page trigger and press play. So now you can see it move. Sakapari, been watching your tutorials, massive help. Oh, thank you for watching. I'm glad you find them valuable. That's the whole point of these. So now that we have it moving, let's go ahead and make it scale too. So let's make the duration the same thing, 10 seconds. So I'm down here, 10 seconds. I'm going to set this on an ease. And for the scale, let's make it, 2's too big, like 1.5. Well, 1.2. Let's try 1.2. So if I play, there we go. So this part is just up to you. Just pick random things. Make it subtle. Make it move fast. Make it move slow. This is now your canvas. Do whatever you want. You know, I'm just pulling numbers out of thin air. You thought I was going to say the other thing. No. This is a child family-friendly stream. So, yeah. So after this, I want to make it go back to where it was. So what I can do is right click. So I'm going to select both. I'm holding shift and I selected both. Right click in the middle of it, duplicate. And I can take this move and set it to 0 on both the X and the Y down here. I can take the scale and set it back to 1. And there we go. And that's it. So I will take 20 seconds of your time to watch a circle grow and then shrink. Beautiful. All right. So let's just do the other ones really quickly. And so again, we'll do circle number 2. Press plus on the 0. And actually, no, not on the 0. Let's do it in between. So they're moving at different times. So I'm gonna move and oh wait, no, I can't. I shouldn't do it there. Sorry. Let me delete that. Start over. BG circle 2. I'm going to do it on the 0. Press plus, move. But this time I'm going to set a delay. So it's not moving at the same time. I don't want it to look too uniform. I want it to happen at different timings. So this delay, I'm going to set it for like 3.2. Again, random number. 3.2 seconds. And we're going to have the duration be 7 seconds this time. Again, I'm just pulling out numbers. And let's move it. Let's move it down, say, 20%. Oh, wait. Negative 20%. So it's going to the 15. Okay. And then move it down by 25%. Yeah, we can do that. Let's press plus and do a scale. And this will do 1.5. So, oh, is it too big? Let's make this smaller. 0.8. Sure, why not? Hold shift to select both. Right click. Duplicate. And we'll put it inside of this one as well. And the move is going to be 0. This is 0. And the scale is 1. And if we press play. Ooh, that one happened fast. Why? Oh, the duration right here. I didn't change the duration. Duration is 7. This one's 0.5. There we go. What? Oh, the duration again. There we go. So yeah, this is animation in Webflow. Just playing with numbers until it feels right. It's all just a feeling at this point. All right, last one. It's funny, when I'm thinking about streams, I'm always thinking, oh, this topic right here is going to be quick. And it becomes the one that takes the longest. And I'm like, oh my God. And then this one, I honestly thought it's going to take a while. And now going through it, it seems really quick. So here we go. Let's move BG circle 3 with a delay of 5 seconds. Duration, well, duration 9 seconds. And this is going to move, let's move it down by 5%. Ugh, sorry, left and right. Let's move it to the right 30%. And then move it down 30%. 40? Yeah, let's do some, yeah. And then we're going to do a scale. And this one's going to scale up to, let's make it 2. Let's just go crazy with it. Set the ease to ease. Duration, we'll say duration 9. Is that what I did? Yeah, duration 9. Hold shift, click both, duplicate, put it with these, and then I'm going to set these back to 0. There we go. And if we press play, beautiful circles doing things because they want to. They have no idea what they're doing, but they're doing it, and I thank them. Good job, circles. Cool. Save. And now the final cherry on top, the thing that we all just learned, turn on the blur. Publish, and we're done. Who would have thought it's that easy? And there's the link. Proof that this is real. Man. Beacon Project, could you put it to 7 or 8 seconds, I'm thinking, to account for how long user might scroll past? You can reuse this same interaction on a scroll into view. For example, oh, I forgot, I need to make it loop. Let's go ahead and make it loop real quick. Bam. That's it. There it goes. What? There it goes. Just need to make it loop. So what Beacon is asking is, if someone scrolls to the section, can the interaction start? Yes. So here we go. I'm going to remove the page load interaction, but our animation doesn't get lost. It's still saved inside of Webflow. So let me just add some more random layouts. I'm going to throw this one at the top here. Throw this one at the top here for no reason. So we have this, and then once... let me add more under it. Hold on. Let's just add a call to action under. I don't like that part of Webflow when you're like, I want to put it under, and then it doesn't work. So you have to do this, and then this. Ugh. Anyways. So as I'm scrolling, nothing's happening, but when I get to here, something's happening. All right. So let's get to it. So this hero row, let me also add an overflow hidden. There we go. So the gradients still go inside of here. But that was actually pretty cool. Huh, that's pretty. Anyways. So on this hero, actually no, not the hero. Right here. BG blur. Should I do a hero or BG blur? I'll do it on hero. So hero, element trigger, scroll into view. When scrolled into view, start an animation, moving circles. I'm going to set the offset to 20%. And so my animation was already saved. I just select it, and there we go. So the animation doesn't start until I get there. So now it's moving. Trust me, it's moving. It's so subtle. See, now it's mostly green. Yeah. So, yeah, it's moving. Moving and shaking. And now it's... God. Awesome. So there you go.